Hi friends, I post this video clip purely in my capacity as a citizen and a curious layman trying to study a judgment on its legal and constitutional merit, intended for academic and educational purpose, neglecting the overwhelming public narrative. What I am expressing here is my personal understanding of a judicial decision with utmost respect to the judiciary. This is an expression of my constitutional faith in the rule of law. The recent judgment delivered in the much debated criminal case has naturally drawn public attention because it involves well-known personalities and deeply sensitive issues. However, in a democracy based on a written constitution, public interest must ultimately give way to judicial reasoning. From my reading and understanding, the judgment stands out for its measured tone, legal discipline, and adherence to established principles of criminal adjudication and jurisprudence. The court appears to have reminded all stakeholders, the prosecution, the defense, the media, and the public that criminal trials are governed by clear-cut evidence, procedural integrity, and adherence to law, not by public sentiment or speculation. One important aspect I personally appreciate is that the judgment does not dilute the seriousness of the allegations, but at the same time, it does not compromise on the rights guaranteed to every accused under our Constitution. The balance is not easy, yet it is precisely this balance that distinguishes judicial reasoning from public discourse or debate or narrative. Emotions and preconceptions overflow in many public debates and conclusions. Our Constitution does not recognize public outcry or public conviction. It recognizes due process, fair trial, and above all, presumption of innocence. Presumption of innocence. Till someone is established as guilty beyond any reasonable doubt, a fundamental principle of justice delivery. This presumption of innocence is a cornerstone of adjudication and recognized globally as a human right too, which all of us are entitled to enjoy today, tomorrow, and the day after. Beyond reasonable doubt means there must be unquestionable, concrete evidence to declare a person guilty. Sometimes this evidence is a chain of interdependent events or records, forming a well-defined, sharp evidence collectively. If this chain of evidence or chain of custody, that is the legal jargon, if this chain of evidence is broken somewhere, the benefit of the doubt, another legal aspect emerges inevitably, and the case collapses partly or wholly. The benefit of the doubt, it is common sense. From my observations, I can say that courts are the last resort of protection against emotional, political, or social pressures. In that sense, this judgment reinforces a critical message. Justice must be based on law, evidence, precedents, and testimonies on record, inside the due process with procedural integrity, not on noise, outrage, or reputation. A judgment is not a popularity contest outcome. It is a delicate application of law like a complex medical surgery in an operation theater in a hospital. The 1,000+ page verdict is a testament to that delicate process in this case. Let me be very clear. Talking in tune with the spirit of a judgment does not mean disrespecting the victim, nor does it mean absolving, acquitting, or releasing anyone outside the framework of law. Courts do not decide morality or popularity. They decide legality based on laws, precedents, due process, proper procedure, and of course, principles of natural justice. Any dissatisfaction with a judgment has a constitutional remedy through review, revision, or appeal, not by dishonoring or vilifying judges or questioning institutions. Judges are not machines, but humane like most of us. Many of them have expressed flexibility inside and outside their jurisdictional authority, respecting human dignity, sometimes even addressing human helplessness directly, citizen rights, public interest, taking suo motu cases, etc. Most recent example is our ex-Chief Justice's instance that no prosecution required for the 72-year-old counsel who threw shoe at him. I appreciate the fact that no judgment is final till it is endorsed by the apex court, our honorable Supreme Court, if appeal is sought to that level. As a curious citizen, I see this judgment as a reaffirmation that our courts still function within constitutional boundaries, upholding law even in cases that attract enormous public emotion. I place my faith in the judiciary and in the appellate process. This video is shared only to encourage legal literacy, restraint, and respect for institutions. Thank you very much for listening.